Good evening, everyone. Dakota's Den. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing great. I am doing great as well. Good to be here. I have some stories, updates all over the place. As you can see, I have them all surrounding me. I've got Dame Dash. I've got Diddy. I've got Candace Owens, Cassie Ventura, all kinds of things going on tonight and this week. Today is September 30th, 2025. Well, the first story is going to be Dame Dash. Even though Dame Dash is here in a picture with Diddy, they're not in the story together. Dame Dash is in the story with Charlemagne the God. But I just felt like having all the pictures around me. And please, everyone, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It's free. It's a way to support me, and I would really appreciate it. Well, the first story is Dame Dash and Charlemagne the God. They've got some kind of beef, if you will, going on. Okay, so Dame Dash is suing the Breakfast Club or not suing the Breakfast Club. This is the story. Everyone is under the impression that Dame Dash is suing the Breakfast Club. And apparently it's true, but it's not true. What's happening is Dame actually sent the Breakfast Club a cease and desist letter. He wants them to cease and desist talking about him because he feels like it's defaming his character and it may be stopping him from getting work that he would have otherwise gotten. So is he suing them? I think he might be contemplating suing it, but right now there are no legal proceedings actually going on between Dame Dash and the Breakfast Club. So that's what's going on with them. They have been saying things about him that may make people think certain ways about him, and he didn't like it. So, he sent them a cease and desist letter. And that's not actually a lawsuit. So like I said, right now, there's no legal proceedings going on right now. But there's a lot of back and forth going on with Charlemagne and Dame Dash. Dame Dash used to be worth a lot of money, but he lost a lot of money too. Didn't he file for bankruptcy and went down to almost nothing? But he's trying to come back. He's trying to get work. He's trying to do projects, and he doesn't want his name out there in a negative way. So that's why the cease and desist letter was sent out. So we'll see what's happening with that. But you know what I think? Charlemagne, he was a little rough around the edges in the beginning, but he's grown so much. He's grown. I'm proud of him. He's very articulate now. He's a very handsome man. He's doing a lot of things for himself. When he was talking to, was it Governor Newsom, I believe, or whatever, and he was holding his own. So I believe that, there's some kind of brotherhood there, some kind of bro code. And I do believe that Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club are going to stop talking about Dame Dash, at least in a negative way. Even if Dame Dash did not send a cease and desist letter to the Breakfast Club, I think they still would have got together, and they seem like they would be reasonable. I think they would still have got together and squashed the beef, if you will. I really do. That's just my opinion. So that's what's going on with Mr. Dame Dash and Mr. Charlemagne the God. Okay. Next is Diddy. Oh, there's Dame Dash right there. You guys see a picture of him. He used to date Aaliyah. May she rest in peace. Okay. Diddy. Everybody knows that Diddy is going to court in a couple of days. It's finally here. He was hoping to get an acquittal. Who knows? He might get one. He might not get one. Nobody knows. But this is going to be mayhem in the courtroom. I wished I could be there, but I have a doctor's appointment that day, so I'm not going to be going to New York. But Judge Supervenium. I believe that's how you pronounce a long name. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. We'll just call him Judge S. Okay, that's the judge presiding in Diddy's case. Judge S is letting Diddy dress in court. I don't know if you remember, but in the last video that I did, I told you that Diddy wanted to wear his regular clothes in court instead of the prison issue. And the judge said, well, show me proof that you need to wear your regular clothes instead of the prison issue. And what I said is that Diddy's been through so much, it will probably make him feel better about himself. And who knows, maybe he's thinking, this will be the last time I get to wear, some expensive clothes. Who knows what's on Diddy's mind? I can't imagine. You can't imagine. I can't imagine, because none of us has been in his shoes. He's fighting for his life right now. What do I think? Do I think he should come home, or should he be locked up? Personally, I believe he is a very bad man. I really do. And I also believe that he is the freak of the week. I really do. But what was proven? What all the grapes and the Dougs and all the arson and blowing up cars and unaliving people, all of that was thrown out. All of it was thrown out. What Diddy is being charged for now, and what he was found guilty for, and what he's being sentenced for, is trafficking and racketeering. Those are the two things. Now, trafficking, I always said I have a problem with getting grown-ass men and grown-ass women to forcibly get on a plane, get to my house, do all kinds of freaky things. Here's $200. If you tell somebody I'm going to take you out, I just know. I don't believe that you can force a grown person to get on a plane and do these things. I just don't. I don't think he should really. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, and I'm struggling here, but I just don't think he should be found guilty of trafficking. These were grown people, and a lot of them were men. And you're not going to tell me a lot of them weren't bigger and stronger than Diddy, that they could, if it came down to it, they could take him down. You're not going to tell me they were forced. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And as far as Cassie goes, now that I do think he should do time for. What I saw happen to Cassie in the hallway, that I think he should do time for. I really do. And on the other hand, Cassie was 19 years old. She was 19 when they met. Can't remember. How old was Diddy? 40? Something like that. And at first, 19 years old, you don't know what you're doing. Whatever Diddy made her do, I believe she was forced. But why did she continue to stay? And we know why, because of the money. But Diddy's in jail. He did time. Cassie made $30 million. Is that rectification for her? No, it's not. I still think he should do more time for what he did to her in that hallway. It was very triggering. It was very triggering. So I guess I'm talking out both sides of my face, because I feel like a lot of that shit wasn't proven. And how you going to lock a man up for 10, 20, 30 years of life and it wasn't proven? But then on the other hand, we saw what he did to Cassie. Diddy, you should have never beat Cassie up in that hallway. You really shouldn't. It might have been the difference between 10 years, 20 years, or no years for you. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me if I sneeze. At any rate, I got sidetracked. At any rate, the judge has given him permission to wear his own clothes when he comes to court on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so he'll be going to court on Friday. She allowed him to have one pair of pants, one sweater, one pair of shoes without laces when he comes to court. And if you ask me, that's a small thing to a giant. Who cares what a man wears to court as long as he's covered up? And maybe it'll make him feel better. But one thing about why they let people come to court in their regular clothes is because, a lot of you might not have known this, but you're innocent until proven guilty. You're innocent until proven guilty. And if you come to court in prison issue, you look guilty, right? You do. But if you come to court in your regular clothes, you look more innocent. You look more normal, more human, more like your neighbor. So that's why they let prisoners come to court in their regular clothes. They do. You're innocent until proven guilty, and I guess the clothes have something to do with it. Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So the prosecutors in Sean P. Diddy Combs' case, they're seeking 11 years for Diddy, 11 years and 3 months, plus a $500,000 fine. That's what they're seeking. And Diddy's team is really taken aback from that because they feel like most things were not proven and he's already served time served. So they're on different ends of the spectrum. They are. Whew. So, like I said, the prosecution, they're looking for 11 years and 3 months. My prediction is he may get half that. Plus, he has a year served. So maybe he'll get 5 years, which is a long time for a 60-year-old man. That's a long time, but it beats 10 or 20 years. So that's where Diddy is now. So, in a nutshell, Diddy's trial is in a couple of days. He was found guilty for trafficking as well as racketeering. So, for making people feel unsafe, coercion, coercive control, as well as stifling people's careers financially. Okay. In addition, the bribery and, like I said, all the other charges, he was found not guilty. So that's what Diddy is facing right now. That's what he's facing right now. Now, Cassie, you guys know Cassie Ventura. She looks scared as I don't know what in this picture, don't she? She looks terrified, and he's looking at her like, "You better perform tonight, bitch." That's what he's looking at her like. And who was the guy in the back? He's looking like, "I'm next, Diddy. Move over." Poor thing. I don't know. I know she's a grown woman, but I still feel sorry for Cassie. I can't help it. Maybe because I'm a woman too. Anyway, Cassie Ventura, she actually wrote the judge a letter. And she wrote the judge a letter saying that she has nightmares about Diddy ahead of his sentencing on Friday. So Cassie's a little nervous probably because if Diddy gets out, a leopard don't change their stripes. And she might be scared saying, he's going to come after me. He's going to come after, who knows? Cassie got some trauma. I know everybody said, well, she has a husband now and she made a lot of money off of her trauma. But money don't make you happy. Money does not make you happy. People think it does, but it doesn't. Okay, it pays the bills and it'll put a hamburger on the table. That's for sure. But it's not going to solve what is in her head about all the shit she went through in court. Y'all heard her testify. And for those of you who don't know what happened to Cassie, she was ran through like in a cellar train all the time while on drugs and having people poop and piss in her mouth. And God knows what the back looked like. You probably got to sew it up. I mean, Cassie went through a lot. I can't imagine. So I guess she had her baby. I think it was a girl. I'm not sure, but I haven't heard anything about it. So everything went fine. Healthy baby. Congratulations to Cassie. Congratulations. So, that's what's going on, y'all. 2 days, 2 days. We will see what's going to happen with Diddy. You know what? I couldn't be in New York anyway because I'm out of town on a cruise. Isn't that nice? But, I still got to get you guys all the information. I still do. Woo. Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot. Now we have a really serious story. Everybody knows Candace Owens, right? Candace is a radical. Candace is a renegade. Right now, she is a savage. She is going to bat for her boy, Kirk. Everybody knows what happened to Charlie Kirk. Candace is not happy with how everything is going. Now, this is what Candace is saying. Candace is saying that she believes that the government is hiding what really happened with Kirk. And speaking of hiding, this is hiding. I'm not saying she's on the run, she's in trouble, she's going to be arrested, she's on the lam. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the feds want to talk to her, but she's on the run. They can't find her. It's not only is she not on the run, but Candace is being elusive to the feds, and not just the feds. I heard the word on the street is not just the feds are looking for her to talk to her, but other people are looking for her to talk to her. Candace, you better be careful. Your life could be in danger. She's probably got a lot of bodyguards around her. But, I take my hat off to Candace. She has no fear. She has no fear, and she wants to know what happened to her friend. If nobody else wants to know, Candace wants to know. And I'm not going to give you my opinion on Charlie Kirk one way or the other, because I try not to be a political channel. Because you know why? When you're a political channel, you don't know it, but you start to have a one-track mind. You start to be like a one-show pony. You don't know it, but you can't see the other side. You lose your empathy. You lose your ability to talk fairly about the other side. And if you look at political channels, you'll see there's usually two sides. Of course, there's always two sides, Democrats and Republicans. And usually there's good Republicans, bad Republicans. And there's good Democrats and bad Democrats. But with the political channels today, no one can hide how they feel. And it's pretty obvious. So Candace she's actually risking her life. Candace claims that the media has lied on Tyler Robinson in regards to Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Candace is amplifying her voice, and Candace has been getting information from Tyler's parents, because Tyler's parents is also saying that the government is wrong. Owens had said that the videos of the guy who was jumping off the roof, who was the alleged shooter in the case, it was a blurry vision of a man climbing off a roof that did not look like Robinson. The head was different. The lips were thicker or thinner. Candace is just like, a microphone. She's just being microscopic about every little thing. And it seems like Tyler's parents is going right along with Candace. Why wouldn't they? That's their son. She says that the person in the video seems taller, slower, had different facial structures. I wonder where Candace is getting her information besides her analyzing the photos herself. She seems to have some kind of inside job, because it seems like Tyler's family. Okay, Candace said that Tyler's family believed that the apartment that Tyler lived in with a transgender person was staged after the arrest. That's like the episode of Law and Order. Let me tell you, if that apartment was staged after the arrest, within the next 3 years, within or after, you never know right now, somebody's going down, because That's some bullshit. Somebody is going down. If it's even true. Okay, so this is what Candace believes. Candace says that Tyler lived in the apartment with a guy named a transgender named Lance, and the apartment was staged to make it look more like Lance lived there than Tyler lived there. I don't know why, but must be a reason why she said that. And like I said, Lance was the roommate. It's just not clear to me. I I don't know what's going on. Why would the room be staged? Why? If both of the men lived, the man and the transgender lived there, why would it be staged? I don't know. I didn't get, I just can't understand that. Something about a furry bed was put into the apartment to make it look like a GAY man's apartment. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm just telling y'all. What? My allergies about me. I'm just telling you guys what the word is on the street. Okay. So we have Candace here, and we're gonna put her here. Now I have a clip of Candace talking about what she thinks. So check this clip out.
Most interest to me, what I've learned is that his father does not believe, his parents don't believe that their son committed this crime. It's a far cry from what the media has been telling us. Remember, the media presented this amazing story. He went over to their house, Tyler was called over, Tyler was bewildered, he disputed the idea that he had murdered Charlie Kirk. In fact, according to my source, Tyler has never even stepped foot on UVU campus. My source says that Tyler Robinson was nearby the campus on that day. I'm wondering if that fact, which I'm trying to learn more information regarding, explains the Dairy Queen photo. The family says that the photo of the young man that is coming up the stairs, which was shared, that blurry image, is definitively not Tyler Robinson.
So that's what Candace, who's her sources? Who are her sources? I don't know. This story's getting stranger and stranger by the minute. It really is. So that's what we have today, guys. That's what we have today. Candace needs to be careful, but Candace, she is just on steroids. She wants to know what happened. So Candace is going to find out what happened. I have no doubt. And Diddy, check him out in a couple of days. Check him out. And Charlemagne and Dame Dash, they will make amends, I'm pretty sure. So everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for coming tonight to be with me and to have this little discussion. And I would appreciate if you guys would give me a thumbs up and subscribe, because you guys know I'm a new channel and I am trying to grow. And of course, at the end of my videos, I always have my pictures up that I sell them. But if you don't want to buy them, that's okay. Just please enjoy them. And I have many more pictures. So maybe in my next video, I'll switch the pictures out. Okay, everyone, have a great night and I'll talk to you later. Bye.